I have standing by with me this morning a former group captain in the Nigerian Air Force and a security consultant, retired Group Captain Sadiq Shehu. You're very welcome to the program, Captain.
Thank you very much, Anjoli.
Well, you've heard from Mr. Mock, some of his submissions. He inferred that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari and the military under his leadership are in some way, complicit in some of the atrocities that we're seeing, that the sustainability of the crisis that we're seeing. I just want to get your thoughts on that grievous allegation.
Well, first, always I would like to commiserate with the people that have lost lives and property on both sides in this conflict. And secondly, after hearing the gentleman guest and other opinions, I would like to make a passionate plea to political leaders, community leaders, religious leaders, whom people look up to set up their ideas, to please mind what they say in public concerning this crisis. In all honesty, I find it completely irresponsible to say that the government is implicit or the military is implicit in killing one side against another. Moreover, when these claims are made, cogent, credible proof are not adduced. If you are looking for a solution and you think government or government agencies are complicit in the killing, you owe it a duty. It's not just to come on the radio or on the TV or on the internet to write without providing the concrete proof, because it means you are not really looking for solution. You are just trying to make the issue worse. Now, secondly, my observation, I have studied very much because I am affected, like everybody, all Nigerian, this cattle and herder problem. First, let me say that the issue, as has always been said, didn't start today. The issue of even ranching as a solution, this government inherited it. In my research, I remember in 2014, April 2014, the former President Jonathan, as a result of crisis like this, maybe not up to this level, he set up an interministerial technical committee and another political committee. The technical committee is interministerial, and then the political committee, headed by the former governor of Benue State, Suswan, to look at solutions to the problem that will stop this cattle herder menace. Now, out of the 15 recommendations that the committee came up with, the federal government accepted 14. And it is interesting to note that out of those 14 was the issue of seeing ranching as a solution to this problem. In fact, the committee proposed that 100 billion naira is to be provided by the government to assist states. And in that report, I checked it, it didn't even say particular state. It said across the federation to set up mini ranches, which was a very good idea. Now, that this government is taking off ranches, to the best of my knowledge, and I challenge anybody to check, there was no any dissension to this report by this committee, from the north, from the south, from cattle Fulani, from this thing. So what this government is doing is continuing, because again, like it happens in Nigeria, the 100 million, all I found is that really nobody can even say whether it was approved or not, but the program was not taken forward. So what this government is doing in bringing cattle ranching, I think is as a result that all over Nigeria, first, there is commonality that this cattle herder farmers is killing a lot of people. And we say it from all across, we want it to stop. And I think from Jonathan's regime to this regime, there is this agreement that cattle ranching is one of the solutions. Now, when this government proposed cattle ranching, I have to go back and say the first issue that came up was the term cattle colony. Yes, I must say that the term cattle colony, given the sensitivities attached to this conflict, was a wrongly chosen word. Because Anjorin will have to face reality. People are talking of jihad, people are talking of people coming to talk of land. So the word colony translated into colonization. This notion that they're trying to establish emirates around the country. Jihad, yes, and all that. Right. So when you brought colony, it reminds words of colonization, colonialist. So I think it was wrongly chosen, that word. And I have to say, if you check research, the only place where you see cattle colony as a term is not even an English term. It originated from Pakistan in Karachi region. They have what they call a cattle colony. You will not find this word used anywhere. So having said that, let me elaborate by saying the government chose wrongly by taking it because it played into the people who are saying jihad, taking over our place, setting off Emirates. So cattle colony is not it. So we move now, the government moved to opening gazetted cattle routes that are there since 1940, since the British times. But again, my honest opinion is that with the expansion of towns and villages and roads, probably in current day Nigeria, those routes cannot be reclaimed. So again, based on pressure, I think the government moved from cattle colonies, it moved to grazing, and now the debate is on cattle ranches. Yes.
Group Captain, when you look at the kind of the progression or the evolution of steps being suggested by the federal government, you've alluded to the 3 of them so far. Can you share with us, in your view, what is the actual solution to this problem? Because when you hear from various stakeholders, there were issues raised, like you said, with the cattle colonies, with the grazing routes, and now ranches, even though it's a continuation of what the previous administration had begun. But what is the solution if the president is proposing these options and on every kind of option that's presented, it's rejected by leaders within the Middle Belt, for example? What is the solution, and how can everybody buy into whatever solution emerges?
The solution is sincerity of purpose. People have to really put action to the fact that, like I said, you see condemnation of the killing. You see a desire, at least verbally, that we want it to stop, we want peace. So if you want peace, you have to look at practical solutions, and ranching is part of the practical solution. Why do I say so? If you check any encyclopedia about Nigeria, any story about Nigeria, it tells you that majority of Nigerians, or the majority pastime, is agriculture. Cattle rearing or animal husbandry forms part of agriculture. Whether we like it or not, of course, the Fulani stock transcends the whole of West Africa, but you cannot dispute the fact that the cattle herders and the farmers are Nigerians. And I don't think there's any one group that can tell the other to go. So in the absence of deportation or carrying some people out of the country, we have to find a way of mutual coexistence, find a way that will address both the grievances or the concerns of the farmers as well as the concerns of the herders. And I think in cattle ranching, both sides are giving up anything, something. That is, in any case, both sides are giving up anything. The Fulani man will have to forego his age-long nomadic way of carrying cows from one town to another and settle in one place. It's not going to be easy. For the farmer also, he has to accept that the herder, as a Nigerian, has the right to access everywhere subject to the regulations that will be put by the states.